The U.S. is bracing for travel chaos starting Friday as transport authorities are set to reduce air traffic. Flights at 40 airports are due to be cut as the Federal Aviation Administration prepares to reduce capacity by up to 10%. They say it's needed to maintain safety as air traffic controllers affected by government shutdown are feeling the strain. Around 1.4 million federal employees are working without pay or on forced leave because Congress has been unable to agree on a funding package.
There's nothing new about queuing at airports, but for now in the US, this has become the new normal. Each passing day of the US government shutdown, there's more pressure on airports and airlines as tens of thousands of federal staff go without pay.
But we do recognize that the controllers have been working fastidiously for the last 5 weeks with this huge burden over their head of lack of compensation. And we are starting to see some evidence that that fatigue is building in the system in ways that we feel we need to work towards relieving some of that pressure.
Relieving some of that pressure comes at a high cost for airlines, passengers and politicians.
That there is going to be a 10% reduction in capacity at 40 of our locations. This is not based on what airline travels, has more flights out of what location. This is about where is the pressure and how do we alleviate the pressure. In the end, our sole role is to make sure that we keep this airspace as safe as possible.
That's causing strong turbulence for the aviation industry. But Democrats argue only one man can end the country's longest ever shutdown.
The only way to move forward with a bipartisan negotiation is for the president to get off the sidelines and get in the game so we can reopen the government.
Until a deal is landed, this industry becomes the latest to be caught in the crosswinds.
Our Washington Bureau Chief Ines Pohl is at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. She told me more about the situation there.
Today it's not so bad, even so we see some delays here. You can see it, many planes are delayed for an hour or two, but the big chaos will be really happening or is expected to happen tomorrow. And Nicole, you know, we have to bear in mind this is such a huge country and people just do have to fly. Like in Germany, you hop into a train or even a bus or your private car, but here you are depending on airports to work, just to go to work or to see family, and even some people have to travel for their doctor's appointments. So this is really a crucial topic, and I asked some of the travelers here at the airport whom they think is responsible for this.
The President of the United States, he's calling all the shots. If he would tell the Republicans, fix it, make it work, end this, they would do it right now, but he won't do it. It doesn't bother him, doesn't affect him. It affects us.
I think it's the fact that our government can't work together and come to some kind of closure, and people can't be adults in this country right now, which is sad.
I'm more concerned, honestly, about the workers, the TSA and ATC the controllers who haven't been paid in over a month at this point. So even though I'm worried about myself, I obviously, if I had to, I could get a rental car to go home, but I'm more concerned about all of these staff. I feel really bad for them.
All right. In addition to flight cancellations, of course, this shutdown is really disrupting people's lives, isn't it?
Yes, in so many levels. I mean, it's, for example, for those who rely on food stamps, they don't get them anymore since the beginning of this month. We did a story, actually, in Minneapolis just a couple of days ago, and our viewers can watch this story on our DW YouTube channel or our website, and they told us, they just don't know how to get along in one of the richest countries because they don't get this support. Then other parts are, of course, also affected. You can't, for example, get a renewal of your driver's license. And for those tourists who make it into the country, many national parks are affected by that. So basically, Nicole, it's everywhere.
And Democrats and Republicans are blaming each other for this now historic shutdown. Is there a breakthrough anywhere in sight?
Yes, that's true. Of course, both sides blame the other side, and in this country with only two parties, that's kind of always the case. So this is the longest shutdown in history, and we have to bear in mind that the Republican Party owns all three houses. They have the White House, Congress, and Senate. However, the Democrats are really playing hard now, also because of the elections last Tuesday, where they won big, and they have the feeling that they can fight for their major issue, and this is connected to healthcare. At the moment, it's actually impossible to say when this shutdown will end, and this, of course, comes in a time of the year where travel is extra high, where people need extra money. The holiday season is just about to begin. Thanksgiving is around the corner, so no doubt every American is really hoping that the two parties come together soon and end this shutdown.
Political bickering and everyday citizens bearing the brunt. That was DW's Washington Bureau Chief Enos Poole reporting from Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. Thanks so much.